Line 4, we're going to talk to the MHA for Harbour Grace, Portagrave. Pam Parsons is on the line. Pam Parsons, how are you?
Good morning, Daryl. It's always great when the sun is shining.
The sun, I know, it was like minus 17 this morning, but with wind
It's
chill,
chilly.
but it
Yeah,
wasn't very windy, so I thought it was a beautiful morning.
it's chilly, but it is April, so we'll take the good weather, as we get it here in
Absolutely.
Labrador.
What's going on?
Want to call in and talk about the ambulance situation in Conception Bay North currently. I want to put it out there. Of course, I'm obviously not the official spokesperson for this. I mean, it is a union company issue, as well as, of course, with the contract being Eastern Health, the government. But I have heard from a lot of employees myself, about concerns that they've had and, the panic that they have, which is fair to say, about not knowing exactly what's happening. But what I can say, as the MHA, I certainly have taken all the concerns I've received from employees, from citizens who are concerned about the 911 service, and I have been advocating and bringing that to the Minister of Health, Dr. John Haggie. And so what I will say, I am told by the minister that the service will not be affected for the general public. So if someone is facing an emergency situation and they need help, they can dial 911. They will get a response. That service won't change. It's also my understanding that there will be a new company come there to resume service for the area following this contract with the former company. And I'm told that those things won't be affected. But I want to make sure and add my voice to support the employees. First of all, I want to send a big thank you to these paramedics and these employees of the ambulance and emergency services, because the work they do, I mean, they're first responders. You can only imagine, the trauma that they are faced with when they arrive on a scene, depending on the situation. So first of all, thank you very much for your service and your dedication. And I want to throw it out there that I hope that they're treated fairly, because they've brought some concerns, forward about, moving forward in their new jobs and whatnot. I don't want to say too much. It's not my place to say that, because it's a union company issue, as you respect. That's why unions are in place, of course, to advocate.
There was a caller on earlier who was really, totally defending Moore's ambulance and the service there. And then, of course, I've also received some messages that say there were some issues with the staff. The question is, Mr. Haggie was on with Paddy saying there was going to be no change in service, but can you say yes or no as to pose like that people have officially lost their jobs because of this changeover from Moore's to Fewers?
Well, I can't say that. I mean, again, I'm not the appropriate spokesperson for that. And in all honesty, I'm not privy to those details. I'm not involved in these talks. My job is to take forward the concerns I'm receiving from the employees who, in my district, who I represent, the general public who are concerned about their service. Are they going to be, looked after? Should they need emergency services? So I've been doing that part. I've been taking those concerns to the minister. I will say that the company has never approached me. I've never received a phone call or a reach out from anybody in the former company, and the former company, of course, is located in the neighbouring district, in the district of Harbour, Maine. Now, this is a large company. There is a dispatch as well in the town of Bay Roberts, as well as Harbour Grace, as well as Victoria as well. So it's three districts that are affected here in this region. It's the district of Harbour, Maine, Harbour Grace, Portagrave, and Carbonear, Trinity Bay de Vert. So this is where this service reaches.
And it's interesting because people of course, the word is to call 911, but it's amazing that so many people in that area would have fridge magnets with the direct number to the ambulance company as opposed to going through 911. I find that amazing.
Yes, and I mean, same thing with firefighters. The fire state departments in our local area, they've got their own fire numbers in particular. But I'm told by the minister that if you call 911, you will get that service. Sort of, and I guess the prospective departments, those numbers obviously will respond as well for local dispatch. But again, I want to add my voice to this. I mean, I hope that employees. I mean, you've got employees who've been working years and years for this company. And they're still going to be I mean, face it, we need that service. Mm-hmm. That's essential. There's no way in the world that a company can leave and not have that service continued or replaced. So I just hope that it's fair ball with everyone. Those paramedics, those employees, They deserve to be treated, they deserve to be treated fairly. And I hope that's what happens. Again, I don't want to say anything that it's not in my realm to talk about because I'm not an official spokesperson, nor am I engaged in negotiations. But it's my job, as I say, to bring these concerns forward that I'm receiving as the MHA, which I have done and have been doing. And this is my first time speaking publicly about it because, again, only the Minister of Health Community Services can speak to that side. Only the union can speak to their perspective. And I guess the companies involved, they're the voices who can really, who are the appropriate spokespeople for this topic. But again, my concern, the service is going to remain intact for emergency services. And there will be a new company who will come and look after this area. And employees, I'm told, will have the opportunity to work with this company going forward. So I just hope that there's fair ball with everyone here.
Change is tough. The important thing, I guess, is that the service is still available. And the other important thing is that the first responders, hopefully they will flow seamlessly in from one company to the other. It is unfortunate that probably some staff members will be lost who are servicing those ambulances, service phones, what have you. But we don't know all the details. And one thing is for certain is that this would not be happening if there wasn't some problems that needed to be dealt with. And as I said earlier, once we find out the details, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But it's an important issue, and the fact is that people in Bay Roberts and area phone 911 to get your ambulance, and there'll be no difference in the service. Thanks for this, Pam Parsons.
Yeah, and again, thanks to everybody who's been involved. I mean, I'm dedicated to certainly finding a solution, and I'll do everything I can to support and to advocate anyone who comes looking for help knocking on my door. That's for sure and certain. And also, Daryl, it is National Volunteer Week. I want to send a huge thank you to all of our dedicated volunteers that we have in Harbour Grace, Portagrave District, and throughout the region of Conception Bay North, because let me tell you, they're second to none.
They keep communities going. Thanks for this.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.